on YouTube Live with your host, Jeffrey Augustine. We're here at Hubbard Way, Sunset Boulevard, and it appears that Scientology's siege of Hubbard Way has ended. I was driving through the neighborhood on my way home from my appointed rounds, and I noticed that there's no barriers, fortresses, obstacles, or anything else. So I want to show you this beautiful evening. Hubbard Way, clean from one end to another, as if the street has had a giant colonic, which it needed, a giant high pressure colonic. So our Hubbard Way is out. We're gonna go explore and see. There's the planter boxes, but we're gonna check down on Fountain. We're now on the main route of Hubbard Way. So it is reopened. Don't know what caused it. It could have been, they ran out of cultural ceremonies. That is, local communities they could use and exploit to keep the street closed. Don't know if the district attorney got involved. What public agency was involved. So we're checking out Hubbard Way. They have swept the sidewalks. And let me just check. Okay, so we are live. And okay. So if we have a dropout. And there you go. So we're going to go down to Hubbard Way. I just have to get to okay. Now there's the front of the org, the entrance. So not any Scientologists so far, or even any public. There's like nobody so far, very few people. So quite a change here. Locals need this road. We use it, depend on it. Good evening, Patrick. Good to see you here. I just jumped on. I was on my way home, and I was checking something out. So I saw Hubbard Way is open, and thought I would just check it out, get you guys some information. We're gonna look at a few things. It's interesting. I hadn't seen any body routers. They offer the free personality test, which Hubbard so exaggeratingly named the Oxford Capacity Analysis, or the OCA. And if you want to Google this name, Kaja, Kaja, last name Ballo, Bollo, Kaja Ballo, a young lady, 20 years old. She unalived herself, shockingly, after taking the Scientology personality test. And you can Google her. She's on a Wikipedia page. There's other news. Her father at the time was a very prominent Norwegian politician. And, to lose for the Bala family to lose their daughter Kaja after whatever Scientology did to her, and the so-called free personality test shows that it's just criminally irresponsible. Let's go out. You should never be engaging in free personality tests when you're a religion. Those are incompatible. They're representing themselves falsely as being some kind of agency that can test your personality, when if you look at their filings with the American IRS, so we don't want Kaja Ballo to be forgotten, nor any of the other victims. So this is ASHO, American St. Hill Organization, and now they're playing public music, and wouldn't you know it, I have an LAPD in the middle of the road going. No, they were just stopped. I didn't think they would call LAPD for me walking on a public sidewalk, exercising my constitutional free speech. I cited a Supreme Court case that the public sidewalks are a place for robust debate. That's what the Supreme Court said. This was a case involving Jehovah's Witnesses in 1944. Mona, if you're in the chat, can you put up the name of that court case we talked about? There's one security guard, and he is patrolling languidly. Not a lot of effort into it. So there's the festivities. So there's streaming music, and I don't know if they're paying ASCAP royalties. I doubt it. What is it? Oh, it's Barry Manilow. So we're strolling along to the sounds of Barry Manilow, and we're going by here at the Advanced Organization of Los Angeles. Advanced, that's where you do your OT levels. And let me see. Yeah, there's Astro. Yeah, they're blast. They turned up the music. Well, it's always good to have Barry Manilow. You know, we kind of walk along on this beautiful evening. They should play Copacabana. So there's the hotel, or morgue, or whatever it is, 4660. Now we're on Fountain Avenue. Hey, how you doing? Another fellow in a Prius giving me this the side eye. Wow. So the planners are still here. I have heard talk that the planners will have to be taken out. Yeah, good to see you. Thank you. Be kind. Hello, Adam. The Cope Officer Cabana. It's funny. Cope Officer Cabana. Yeah, this is downstairs, I understand, right underneath the earth, is supposedly the income computers underground. I don't know. I've got LAPD circling, and so yeah, they're circling. So LAPD, why they turned up all around Hubbard Way, they may be patrolling for something else. Let's just wait and see. Not worried in any case, because public sidewalk, First Amendment rights, cuts both ways. Here's the Scientology. The sign is still there, and you know, they should have a giant picture LED of L. Ron Hubbard. You know, sort of like, if they wanted to do copyrighted material, they could maybe put on a Hubbard lecture. This is L. Ron Hubbard, and I am at the Scientology organization in Los Angeles doing a surprise inspection tour as the Commodore of the C organization, and I'm not pleased with the conditions. This org, all of the orgs compositely, which we call pack base, are in hiding. That is minus 8.0 on the tone scale. Very down stat. Yeah, Ron. Jeffrey, did I tell you the time that I went up to heaven? Ron, you did what? Well, I've been to heaven twice, and actually I write about it in my works. I went to heaven, and it's just like an amusement park almost, but it's full of implants, you see. Wow, Ron, that's really something, Dr. Hubbard. Well, let's continue the tour. And, oh, look at, they put up something new. A dog waste station. Please clean up after your dog. Well, where's the body Thetan waste location? When all the body Thetans go, don't they recycle them or store them safely so they can't hop onto other people? Or do you keep your BTs on the leash? What would happen? One question on the OT levels. Do your BTs travel with you from life to life? So when you died, your same BTs follow you when you incarnate. I've gotten mixed answers. Mixed answers. Yes, no. You can put what you think in the comments. Yeah, the history of Manilow. That's exactly where that lecture is. The history, and we will listen to Barry Manilow. The music stylings of Barry Manilow do not compare to my own. If you want to use the Google device, you can Google "Thank you for listening" by L. Ron Hubbard. It's very musical. So they have cones, orange safety cones blocking the horseshoe. This was the old ambulance entrance when the hospital was built in 1928. And David Miscavige enters here when and if he ever deigns to visit. I don't think this is such a downstat facility. I don't think he would show his face. He would send one of his underlings in RTC. More orange safety cones. And they have a heavy, that's not tape, that's a heavy, like a pipe that's been wrapped in yellow tape. So they've used a PVC pipe wrapped in yellow tape. Oh, I guess you can buy those in 6-foot lengths from a catalog. See how these round PVC barriers just clip onto your safety cone. Well, that's a practical device. That's a very practical device if you need it for your cult or militant religious group or your clan. You could have orange safety cones saying, stay out, stay out. And so we have, so the org is, they certainly did, I must say, they did sweep it. They've planted here some beautiful roses, rose bushes. There's an anti-encampment. Deliveries here at 1319 North Carolina. Deliveries are made here. And it says, warning, moving gate can cause serious injury or death. Yes, it can. So can Scientology itself. So we need to have them upgrade the label. Warning, Scientology can cause serious injury or death. Can also destroy your credit, take your finances, take your family, engage in human trafficking. The louvers are closed. This used to be the old workshop. They would build furniture in a mill. I don't know what they have in there now, but they closed the louvers. So we don't know what's going on in there. And more, you can see on the grass here, the public. This is actually public grass. This is what you have to give to the city to build. So, but they've planted it with bushes. And so if you're going to camp, you would have to put your sleeping bag in a east-west direction, because north-south is covered with rose bushes. This part of Los Feliz, or East Hollywood here, rather, is built on a true north-south, east-west cardinal points when it was laid out. So anyway, a lot of bushes. So that's a change. We haven't, okay, now I've got a bunch of signs. Wow. Okay. No unauthorized vehicles. You can't park in handicapped spots. Church of Scientology, parishioner parking only. That means you must belong to the International Association of Scientologists, which is the unincorporated membership organization of the Church of Scientology, the operating arm of which is the IASA, International Association of Scientologist Administrations, staffed by SEER members. And so that's David Miscavige's control. No oversized vehicle parking. Could you park a Tesla truck? Could you park a marked cab beam ship? It also says private property, Penal Code Section 602. So this wall of signage is stay the F out. Stay off unless you're a parishioner here, or you will be towed. There's also no overnight parking. So no, you cannot park overnight. The cameras are up, and we have one camera there, and I'm sure it's buzzing and whirring. Yes, it's buzzing and whirring. I can hear the engines grinding. This is L. Ron Hubbard, your Commodore. To Pack-Based Security, I want you to intercept and follow the suppressive personality we have walking. I have a feeling he's up to no good. He's filming us, which is a very high crime to film Scientology. We may film you, but you may not film us. How dare he steal my technology? You know, I did invent the cell phone and camera, and Steve Jobs, why he traveled back in time and stole it from me. I remember it was 1944. I was with Johnny Arwine and Jack Parsons when Steve Jobs traveled back in time and knocked me out. They put a hypodermic syringe into my heart and induced a PDH, pain drug hypnosis technique. So Ron invented the cell phone. And yeah, so if we know, let me see. The only LA street with no parking. Yeah, this is crowded. So again, private property posted, Church of Scientology parishioner only, or you will be towed. I'm surprised they don't post that in 132 languages that are used across the 15 continents of Earth and the 3,217 countries. I'm just making up those numbers. I'm not really sure what the real numbers are, but they should post it in every language possible, because they post the way to happiness. They make that supposedly in, I don't know, 100 plus languages. But okay, so the rose bushes end. This car, and let's take a look at it. This car has seen better days. Don't know the story. Oh, this is Halloween. Oh yeah, look at that. Wow. Great Hollywood design. It looks like they've been involved in a hit and run. Wow. They get an A for creativity. Look at that. Wow. Huh. It almost looks like a certain person online. Yeah, there we go. So, A+ on Halloween decorations. Wow. You know, when L. Ron Hubbard was no pasa nada. See, okay, so, and there's a bear. The car's coming up behind me. Okay, so I know who that looks like. That's really funny. So now there's a black SUV. Is it a PI? I didn't care because I'm the same thing. So they're just regular people, except they're idiots for taking blood money. So there's another security camera. So I'm just seeing if there's a fence they put up. They have this like transparent fence. So look, you can see right through the transparent sheeting. So there's a white truck parked. Huh. That's interesting how my camera, my droid, will see right through the sheeting. To the eye, it's more, it's not as opaque, but huh, interesting. Well, this is a failure. You can see through. So there's two white trucks with lights on. Curious. Very curious indeed. Two white trucks with their lights on. No stopping. Anyway, notice there's a conspicuous absence of Scientologists clamoring to get Scientology or to get into course room. But yes, the siege is apparently over. But I put for how long, because they may have to file all the way to the Supreme Court for the right to block L. Ron Hubbard Way with various religious festivities. Curious about Scientology? No, I've got your name. I got your number. Curious about how to shut you guys down. And there's our security apparatus. Hey, doing? There's our. Oh, look, they have a dual set. They have this new duo arrangement. Full night vision. Infrared. More cameras there. Boy, the camera density. So they've added new surveillance. The equipment is upgraded. There's microphones, cameras, scanners. Yeah, I've got all the frequencies, mapping, using some other techniques, but it continues. Now, another camera. Wow. My religion has more cameras than yours, exclaims David Miscavige. We have surveillance as heavy as London, but even better because we have our secret OT powers. So I'm not seeing anything here. Look, you could go bowling on L. Ron Hubbard Way. We could bowl here all night and, be disrupted periodically by a car. Do we know who supplies the cameras? No, I'm sure they're a very good quality surveillance camera, and because they'll spend money on that. They won't spend money on staff food. It's rice and beans and how cheaply we can get by. But when it comes to security, oh, Xenu, don't spare any money. Do not spare any money. And so I don't know. Some vendor sent you an email seeking. Okay, I see, Ms. I will take care of that. Well, I want to do I've done videos on IRS tax exemption, and there's some complexities involved that are very simple once you understand them. Very simple. I'll give you, for example, 1998, the U.S. Congress restructured the IRS, and you can Google 1998 IRS restructuring. There's a small little tiny paragraph inserted into the law, which is extensive, which only allows 3 officials in the United States statutory power to call for an examination to any church tax exemption. That is the Secretary of the Treasury, Commissioner IRS Tax Exempt Organizations, or EO. So there's only 3 officials who can call for it. Now, the closing agreement, which I have the entire thing posted on the Scientology Money Project. I'm interested in suing the IRS. If someone out there wants to fund it, it'd be about $1 million, suing the IRS, because there's a clause in the final closing agreement that was leaked by the New York Times, the draft of the final closing agreement, which says that the document, the closing agreement between Church of Scientology and the IRS may be reopened, and if there's any fraud or malfeasance. And I have that posted, so you can just Google malfeasance. But I would like to get the IRS, force them to reopen it, because there are several lies, actual lies and fraud in the IRS agreement, things that the Scientology told the IRS that were demonstrably false, and or have since significantly and materially changed since. So this is why we compile evidence in the form of crimes against persons, crimes of any age, financial fraud, deception. That's why you want to catalog all documents, so there's a collective base of knowledge that people can use. But it is good to know, right? Fill in Form 13909, and the move should be to ask Congress to reopen. You just bypass the IRS or sue the IRS for failure to do its job. In fact, Scientology so routinely violates public policy or the law. The fact that the IRS is not doing anything, that's why I think maybe a lawsuit against the agency is in order. Or you need a powerful member of Congress to open it, or the Secretary of the Treasury. And Janet Yellen, with her duties, is not going to stop, And so you would need really the IRS Commissioner Exempt Organizations. That's who you want to study, that office. And now there's the Lebanon Hall, and the doorway to the right is the SEERG recruiting office, which has nobody in it. Nobody is lined up to you guys. Right there, you bill your contract through that little door to the right. That's the SEERG recruiting office. And we're coming up again to the extent, and look at the flags of all nations. The flags of all nations. And music. Oh, wow. They're kind of playing, music for boomers, like people my age, really old. This is like 80s rock. Come on, you can do better than that. It'd be funny if Scientology, if somebody in charge of the music here put on some P. Diddy just to be funny. That would be really funny. I think I might come down here with my boombox and play some. Okay, so the kitchen's closed. You can't get a Hubbard burger. We're open. There we go. So their hours are 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. Pacific Cafe at westernus.scientology.net. So you can come here and get a burger, fries if you're in the neighborhood, and they have a foosball table. Oh, here's what they made an improvement. So they have very tasteful umbrellas, a foosball table. Now here's the menu. Can you take a shot of that? The hot buffet line. Pizza for $15. That's any crust plus 2 toppings. You can get a ribeye steak for $11. A Maine lobster tail. Well, look at this. Maine lobster tail for $24. Cafe surf and turf ribeye and that's actually a pretty good menu. Half rack of lamb. Yeah, Jukebox Heroes playing in the back. Wow. Now let's see. Here's their message. The cafe buffet. Oh, it's called the cafe buffet. That's redundant, but whatever. The cafe buffet offers a daily selection of fresh and hot meals made from children. Made from scratch, including poultry, beef, seafood, and vegetarian options. It's posted on the electronic board in the cafe. So anyway, if you want some asparagus, onion rings, a side of avocado gourmet sauce, it's right here. They have everything, including 80s music, planners, and you can have all the privacy you want because nobody's here. Well, if you like lonely dining, if you're a lonely soul and you want to dine alone, now the gate's shutting at 4820 Fountain. We're going to walk around one more block. Okay, so I'm going to go check on Phil Jones's bulletin board to see if they've, that half-assed bulletin board company, I forget the name, AOLA, Advanced Arrangement, Los Angeles. Planners are still here. Oh, they have, the billboard has an ad on it now, an advertisement. There's a very colorful nail salon. Wow, it's very well lighted. Very nice. And we're walking. Okay, we're walking east down Fountain, and we have another camera. Surveil the SPs. We need to put on a bolo. Be on the lookout for SPs. This lot across the street under the sign used to be a nightmarish, hellish, hell on earth school for children in the cadet org. The stories are horrific, truly, of what went on there. Security cameras. So they did finally sell that bulletin board, and it's an ad for something else. So they have this all wrapped up overseas shipping containers. It looks like they fixed some of the lights that were broken. No, see these things? They have these uplighters because they point up. These things break routinely. There's a solution to that. You can replace them with much better, robust equipment. That's just sad. That's sort of a metaphor for Scientology. Just broken and lying on its side and can't get up. And no amount of life alert will help it. I've fallen down and I can't get up, exclaimed Scientology. So they rushed it to the Hollywood Religious Hospital for cults, and they say it has sclerosis and not long to go. Okay, so now we're at IASA administrations, and there's another camera. We'll never run out of cameras. Our eternal promise to you in Scientology is we'll never run out of cameras. There's one for every Scientologist. The loading dock. Oh, there's a note there. Do not block the dumpsters. Okay, I hadn't planned on blocking the dumpsters. Look at that sign. No parking. This means somebody in the past blocked the dumpsters. That P in there, I thought it was an OT symbol for a minute. I don't have my glasses on, so I thought it was an OT symbol. But it says, do not block the dumpsters. And, okay, well, we're certainly not going to block the dumpsters. I don't have any desire to. Ron, is there a policy on this? Yes, we have a very strict policy about not blocking the dumpsters. I wrote a 678-page policy letter on not blocking dumpsters and how not to block dumpsters. And in fact, we began by clay demoing a dumpster. I have the pre-clear make a dumpster in clay so that the pre-clear has mass and significance on a dumpster. Then they do a little clay car and our cars, plural cars, and they show what blocking a dumpster looks like and what not blocking a dumpster looks like. Wow, Ron, thanks. That's thorough. So now that I understand, so first you have to understand what a dumpster is. Correct. And then you have to understand how not to block a dumpster. Yes, that's part of our Hubbard literacy tech. And that's only $1,000 an hour to learn not how to block the dumpsters. Okay, Ron, question, why do we not block the dumpsters? Because it can cause all sorts of problems. All sorts of problems. If I, for example, just theoretically, of course, if I were to hide cash in my dumpsters for pickup by the local PIs and lowlifes that we use, they need access to our dumpsters. Okay, got it. Thank you. Okay, now here's a new fence. So they have a new security fence. So the meter reader from the DWP would have to go behind the dumpsters to read the meter. Okay, there we go. But this is a new little sharp security fence. It has sharpened spikes. Look at that. Nothing says Scientology like, we want to put your head on a pike. Man, they put, no, we don't, no, he does not at this time. No comment on your question. The materials are very confidential. Yes, I can understand why. So these, nothing says Scientology like spiked fences. I wonder how long before razor wire goes up. Because in Scientology, razor wire makes a perfect complement to any spiked fence. It's almost like, sounds like peanut butter and jelly. But anyway, this is a very nice evening. We'll take one more stroll down around Hubbard Way or on Fountain. So the planners, will they be gone? I hear they will be, but we have to see it. But at least Scientology's siege of L. Ron Hubbard Way has apparently ended. But I'm going to put, just wait and see if they wind up going to court to argue for the right to have a weekly celebration of something. Because I drove by, I think it was yesterday, and it was closed and blocked and barricaded, so they moved everything. And they have the trees wrapped in Christmas lights getting ready, I guess, for Christmas. Sometimes these are on, sometimes they're off. And but really it's sort of life back to normal in East Hollywood. I forget the name of that hotel. No, I'm going to probably check out the earthquake repairs. I will come during the day. And it's just too dark. And I don't know exactly the extent of... I know they needed some repairs. But I'll have to come down and check that out. So I will come down during the day. Yeah, so they're So the coast is clear. But anyway, it was a real garbage look. I got to tell you, when they were blocking over on Hubbard Way with all those barricades and curtains and banners, it really looked like garbage. It made the community look like garbage. And there's the stairwell. And I'm glad they got rid of it because it was an eyesore and a blight. And it also violated a Supreme Court decision to block a public thoroughfare, which we, the taxpayers, have paid for, all of us collectively. This roadway belongs to everyone, whether you've been here for a day or your whole life or lifetimes. This road belongs to everybody. And that means they can't block it permanently and obstruct our way of life. So, advanced. Oh, some of this music is just, somebody who's like 75 or 90 picked this stuff. What are they going to do next? There's the CLO, the Continental Liaison Office. So if you need to liaise with the Continental Office, there you go. Yes, thank you for holding messages for review. If you get any BS, just nuke them. My mods, just nuke them. I don't need it, don't want it. It's an unwanted item. It's worse than a body thing. Really, really worse. So we have to get out of this 70s music. Oh my God, it's horrible. I forgot how bad some of the music was. If they're gonna play 70s, like let's hear some Led Zeppelin. Jeffrey, this is Commodore Hubbard. We cannot play the music of Led Zeppelin, as it's very space opera. It's very stimulative. Everyone out there is taking LSD or ketamine, and Led Zeppelin will turn on all these bad implants, especially from ketamine and LSD and so on and so forth. Okay, Ron, got it. How do you know that? Well, someone I know, not me, certainly experimented with a lot of pinks and grays and rums and ketamine and so on and so forth. It was part of my research into the human mind. Look at that. We have the Scientology lights of intensity on us. It's like an interrogation lights in a bad movie. Look at how bright they are. What are your crimes? Come on, spit them out. The Lions Withholding will not spit out its crimes. Come on. What are your crimes? Did you ever destroy a planet? That's actually a question on a sec check. Have you ever destroyed a planet? Now, that's just crazy. Have you ever destroyed a planet? L. Ron Hubbard asks. Look, don't go around destroying planets. Yes, if you have evil purposes. Yeah, that's the excuse for everything. Okay, now, you will note that they put up no parking anytime. And what does any time mean? At any time. But if we traveled forward in the future when Scientology was not here, is gone, then we can park here. If we went back in time, people parked here for a long time. But now you can't park. And now they also have these planners, which I don't know if they're legal. So a lot of questions to be asked and answered here on L. Ron Hubbard Way. But for now, it's clear sailing. They could probably take the Free Winds right down the middle of this. Yeah, the Free Winds is not a big ship. They could just put the Free Winds on, some wheels and put it on a trailer and haul it down L. Ron Hubbard Way. In fact, I think that would be a good use of the Free Winds. In addition to its future use as a coral reef, which would contribute something finally. That is if they just sunk it, and made it a coral reef somewhere. They could just put it here on L. Ron Hubbard Way, on maybe this piece of land over here, and have it as a maritime museum. Oh, look at a lawn sprinkler. So this patch of brown, this is where like This is where they had the bounce house, the inflatable bounce house for kids. And you can see it destroyed some of the grass. So during all the street closures, they had this big bouncy house for kids. And adults could use it too. I mean, an adult would use it at your own risk. But now they're having to repair the grass with a manual sprinkler. And it even has a timer on it. Isn't that fancy? So the water sprinkler, they put a timer on it. Or that maybe that's a flow meter, I don't know. But they have to restore the grass that was destroyed. This is, I believe this is rosemary that grows out in the desert of California. I think it is, I could be wrong. I'm not a botanist. No, I'm not. So, okay, let's see any questions before we go. The lion's pause was declared, a calm lag, yes. The lion was getting calm laggy with me, not answering. So obviously it had crimes to hide. Maybe it's crimes that it has cameras in it that's filming Scientology that the CIA put there. Watch us on Scientology Network, Dianetics. There's a volcano. We know what that means. Where there's volcanoes, there's DC-8 space planes. Xenu is sure to be behind it. Come in and watch a free film about the book that started it all. The Dianetics, the Modern Science. I don't want to watch a film about Dianetics. God, could you imagine how incredibly dull a film about Dianetics? Eesh. That's not exciting at all. There's a Sea Org van, because it says Van Pool on it. Curious. Come in and start watching Scientology Network TV. This is the problem. Okay, here, let me set you up the problem. Patrick, everyone else, Adam, pay attention. Okay, now, it says come in and start watching. Am I correct? Come in and start watching? Yes. Put 1, if you can read and word clear, come in. This is an invitation to come in and start watching. Put 1 in the chat if you understand, because we want to get this clear. Come in and start watching. Okay, so this is an open public invitation to come in and start watching Scientology television. We've established that as a fact. Going up to the other device here with the camera, it says Church of Scientology parishioner parking only. So they want you to come in, but they don't want you to park here. Or is it like, don't come in at all? So I'm supposed to come in, but I can't park. So Scientology, if people have to find parking around here, they're not going, parking is so tight around here that you're not going to come in and watch Scientology TV inside the Church of Scientology. Hey, we heard you like more Scientology with your Scientology, so when you go into the Scientology org, you can watch Scientology TV and then take a Scientology test. It's all the Scientology you could ever want. Yeah, there's another camera on the corner. These cameras here have been here quite a bit. Was inaccessible for so long, it'll take some time. Yeah, to come back and ready to use the street. Yeah, Ms. And you Los Angeles people are in need to drive to things where they have open bicycle lanes on Sunset and Hollywood Boulevard. They take a lane of traffic and open up bicycle lanes. But LA is so big. It's so big that you have to drive a lot of places. I know we get criticized for having to drive, but I'm sure it's all traceable to an implant in a past life somewhere where people were cars. I don't know, but that's the easiest way to get around for me. Because LA is huge. It's not like, and there's subways. So sometimes I'll take the subway downtown if I'm going to court, because it's really easy to do. That's much easier to take it when I go down to LA criminal or civil court. There's another camera. See all those purple, there it's red here, but on the camera it's all the LEDs. And they have a little fence down there. See that spiked fence? So they filled all the gaps in the fence line with spiked fences. And they have a camera. Let's go at an angle to the camera. Now this camera, Scientology, this camera, can it turn? Is it motorized? Can it turn? Or is it fixed? I think it's fixed. They should have it movable. Well, if that's fixed, that's not good. You need, well, I mean, they have other cameras, but I'm just saying a hard point camera, like, okay, food drive, all are welcome, but you can't park here. It's parishioners only. So they've been doing these food drives as PR things. And here's the sign. Out on Hubbard Way with the white figure walking. That'd make for a good screenshot. Yeah, the public will start using the street again now that word's out that the siege has ended, and it's all green lights and all around Hubbard Way. Anyway, it's a beautiful evening, 71 degrees Fahrenheit, and not much more to report from East Hollywood, Church of Scientology, Los Angeles, also known as Pac Base, also known as Big Blue, also known as Hell on Earth. That's it. We're going to check out here. We're going to go across the street to the Kaiser. So there you go. There you go. We're going to wait at a red light. Some footage. Oh yeah, I did these. I'm going to come by. See these marks? These are survey lines. I have a video library and photo library of survey marks because I want to see if they're planning on tearing up all around Hubbard Way. So we still have extensive survey marks on the street. And so I don't know if they're going to redo the sidewalks. Like if Scientology's long-term goal is to redo the sidewalks or demand some kind of street closure. Like this concrete here, if the church wanted to repair it, that'd be another closure. So I don't know, but I took note last time I was here, months ago, of the survey lines on the street of some future planning. I'd have to go pull the permits or see what there is, but I haven't. There you go, folks. There you go. Empty, empty, and dead. So I'm gonna go exit the same way I entered, which is through a circuitous route. No, actually they have surveillance. Oh man, there's somebody in a white coat. I wonder if it's someone, a psych. Is it one of the mythical psychs come to get me? I don't know. But there's a mysterious figure. Maybe it's part of the secret. One of the creatures in the tunnel below the base. There's so many mysteries, so many things we don't know about the base. And looking off into the distance, you can see the marine layer beginning to come in here in LA. So we've had the marine layer coming in. In this YouTube motifs, the 3 dots is where okay. Yeah, and remember to please like and subscribe. That would help you feel better about you and me feel better about me, because I need subs. I'm not that good of a YouTuber, but I try. You know, I'm going to go to like YouTube University. It's a 3-week camp in the winter. No, I'm not going to. I'm going to try to improve my skills. So, reporting live from Hell on Hubbard Way. Jeffrey Augustine for the Scientology Money Project. Thank you for watching the live and YouTube University. That's right. I think the money, would it be better spent at Hubbard University here locally? Yes, this is around Hubbard. Don't you people have anything better to do than to watch suppressive videos on YouTube? You can watch Scientology TV. You can read a book. If you want to know about Scientology, read a book. Hey, Ron, I wanted to ask you, why aren't the OTs... No, never mind. I'm not going to ask that. No, don't ask that question. Anyway, why you people, I suggest you get off this YouTube channel. Do not like it or subscribe, because that hurts Scientology organizations globally if you like and subscribe to this channel. So please don't do it. And furthermore, you should read a book or watch Scientology TV. Okay, Ron, we got it. Yeah. Hey, you guys. I've got plans, but we're gonna jump off for the evening. And wishing you all the best. Thanks for watching. We'll be back soon.